Hello everyone, Noto Addiction speaking here. In today's video, we're going to discuss gambling addiction. Michael Jordan loses $100 million to casinos. If you're new here or you already been here, go ahead and click that like button, go ahead and comment, go ahead and subscribe, click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. And without further ado, let's go and get into this topic. So we're going to go on and talk about Michael Jordan here, man. It's definitely Michael Jordan, a basketball star. I'm pretty sure everybody know who Michael Jordan is. Everybody know who Michael Jordan, but I'm still gonna do a little something. Of course, date of birth February 16th, 1963. Man, Michael Jordan, a basketball star and entrepreneur, has publicly admitted to his gambling addiction since he was a teenager. He admits to having a competition problem and using gambling to take off the edge off his competitive drive. So, I'm going to go and show a clip here, and we're going to get back to this.
Do you have a gambling problem?
No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby. If I had a problem, I'd be starving. I'd be hawking this watch. My championship rings, I would sell my house. I would do this. My wife would left me, or she'd be starving, or my kids would be starving. I do not have a problem. I enjoy gambling. Soon, whenever I walk away from this game, I think that's the only thing that people are going to say was a bad thing about Michael Jordan.
Could soon be after this year?
Could be.
Okay. Seeing the thing is with this video here is that basically he was just saying that it was just like a habit. But the thing about having a gambling addiction is that we're going to discuss that. We're going to belittle any little thing. We're going to make it seem like it's not nowhere big as it is, because he see how he mentioned that it's not like I'm losing my house or doing any other thing. See, that's the way we demean it, and we try to make it smaller than what it is by saying, oh, it's not impacting my life in a huge scale, like it's doing something catastrophic to us. So if you feel like if it's not doing something catastrophic to our finances or something like that, if we're not losing our house, that it isn't good. See, the thing is, but it was still having an effect on him because, okay, he had his competitive drive, but he was using it in a spot that really just meant to prey on you. And using that competitive drive in a gambling setting is nowhere near good. You do not want to try to be competitive when it comes to gambling. Anything else, I ain't gonna say like anything else, but you know what I mean. You could take that competitive energy somewhere else, probably to another sport. But to gambling, again, I would say gambling is a sport. No, it's not a sport. Right? But you got to another sport other than basketball. Not saying gambling is a sport, but taking that competitive energy somewhere else other than gambling would have been awesome. And now to continue reading on this here thing, it seems like it keeps going to another spot. Okay. That drop. Like other famous celebrities with gambling problems and addictions, Jordan has lost more than $100 million, causing significant financial damage and potentially putting him at risk of a lawsuit from the casino. Potentially putting him at a lawsuit from a casino? That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. One of his worst experiences was losing 1.2 million in one blackjack session. And get this, $5 million every week. Let me repeat that. One of his worst experiences was losing 1.2 million in one blackjack session and $5 million per week. That is something else, man. That is something else. That's a lot, regardless of what he was making. And you could tell by the way the media asked him about it, when the media talks to him about it. Of course, nobody wants to talk about it. But I'm gonna show you this clip right here, and we're gonna get back to it.
It's attacked in my private life, and I really didn't like it, and I don't agree with it. But I felt a need to come out and express that and tell the truth so you guys can quit hallucinating and taking it further than what it is. You know, and now you know what it is from my standpoint. Anything else that you hear is totally false if it's not to what I just told you. And that's the honest truth. And that's all I can tell you.
Gambling, the second gambling thing that has escalated in a year.
But as you can see, of course, being a basketball star like he was, you don't want to be on the forefront, especially talking about your addiction. Nobody wants to talk to addiction, even if they're just talking in a room somewhere. Nobody wants to be confronted constantly reminded of their addiction, or they need to slow down, or reminded of the mistakes they've made or the money that they've lost. We know as gambling addicts, past gambling addicts, know that we hate it to be reminded of that, of our losses of anything. We like to be reminded of our wins, but our losses, no. And not even that, because when you discuss the wins, the losses have to come up anyway. So it's almost like we don't even want to talk about it anyway. But this was during the playoff seasons when he came and asked him about his gambling problem. So it was getting to the point where it was that serious that the media was covering it, that it was causing a lot of financial damage. $100 million. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money, no matter how big your NBA contract is. And like I said, it's not always about the money. It's about the psychological state it puts you in. And you could tell by the way he was looking that he was basically very, very ashamed of it. But even though you still have a lot of cameras in your face, nobody want to be talking about this on camera for the whole world to see. But you can still see a hint of every time. You notice that every time somebody asks him about it, it's like, leave me alone about it. You know what I mean? Because you notice you're ashamed about it. Anybody can make it such a big deal of this. See, this is what we do when we don't want nobody to we don't want nobody to check us or address us about anything that we want to do, even if it's harming us, something like gambling addiction. You notice anybody ever can't say, maybe slow this down, we talk about this. No, you never want to talk about it. I never want to talk about it. Especially if I lost that day, you better not come trying to talk to me about stopping gambling. Especially if I was trying to get my money back. That wasn't the time to talk that. That's not how you talk to a person that's addicted to gambling. I'm gonna tell you that now. You'll get nowhere with them. Nowhere with them. But I just wanted to discuss this, guys, with about the Michael Jordan situation, because it was something else. It's something else, and a lot of people wouldn't even know this. This is something. To be honest with you, I didn't even know this until I looked up the story. I didn't even know this. I didn't know Jordan had a gambling problem. I know he had a scoring problem. I know he had a dunking problem. I know he had a real serious problem in the NBA problem. But I know he had a gambling problem. Did not know that. But I'm glad he's getting over it. Hopefully he's recovering and getting everything getting better and stuff like that. And for those that are out there, this goes to show you that even the greats, the ones that's slamming down the hoops, can be subjected to gambling addiction. Anybody can. But anyway, it's no addiction here, everyone. If you like the content, if it resonated with you in any shape or form, go to click that like button, go ahead and comment, go to subscribe, click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. And remember, guys, a gambler never wins until they quit. I'm out.